National Electrical Code Section 230.71 applies to both mobile homes and manufactured homes. The difference between mobile homes and manufactured homes can be explained this way. Mobile homes are built on a steel chassis, making them transportable. They often have limited square footage and are typically single-wide or double-wide. Mobile homes are often placed on rented land in mobile home parks. Manufactured homes are built in a factory and then transported to their permanent location. They tend to have more square footage than mobile homes and can have multiple sections. Manufactured homes are typically placed on a foundation or piers on land owned by the homeowner. Regarding specific considerations for 230.71 in mobile and manufactured homes, this section requires that all electrical wiring in both types of homes be inspected and approved by a qualified electrical inspector before the home is occupied. This inspection covers the electrical service, wiring, outlets, and fixtures. The primary goal of this inspection is to ensure that the electrical system is safe and adheres to all relevant codes. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a widely adopted standard for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It's updated every 3 years to incorporate new technologies and best practices. Understanding and complying with the NEC is crucial for ensuring electrical safety in residential, commercial, and industrial settings. Article 230 of the NEC specifically addresses services. A service is defined as the conductors and equipment used to deliver electric power from the utility company's distribution system to the building or structure being served. Section 230.71 pertains to the number of service disconnecting means. This section limits the number of disconnects that can be used to isolate the entire electrical service. This is primarily intended to simplify the process of shutting off power to the entire building or structure in case of an emergency or for maintenance purposes. Specifically, 230.71 generally allows a maximum of 6 service disconnecting means for each service. This means that the electrical service to a building can be shut off by operating no more than 6 switches or circuit breakers. The intent is to limit the number of actions needed to de-energize the entire electrical system, making it easier and faster to disconnect power in emergency situations. A mobile home is designed to be transportable on its own chassis and connected to utilities. A manufactured home is also constructed in a factory but is transported to a permanent site and installed on a foundation or piers. The NEC addresses the specific electrical requirements for both mobile and manufactured homes, recognizing their unique characteristics and installation methods. The electrical service for a mobile or manufactured home typically originates from a utility company and terminates at a service equipment enclosure located on or near the home. This enclosure contains the main service disconnect and overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses, that protect the home's electrical system from overloads and short circuits. The service equipment must be properly grounded and bonded to ensure electrical safety. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, tripping the overcurrent protection device and clearing the fault. Bonding ensures that all metallic parts of the electrical system are at the same potential, minimizing the risk of electric shock. Inside the mobile or manufactured home, the electrical system is similar to that of a conventional house, with branch circuits supplying power to lighting, appliances, and receptacles. These branch circuits must be properly sized and protected by overcurrent protection devices. All wiring must comply with the NEC requirements for conductor type, size, and installation methods. Special attention must be given to the grounding and bonding of metallic components such as water pipes and gas lines to prevent electrical hazards. The inspection process for mobile and manufactured homes is similar to that for conventional homes. A qualified electrical inspector will examine the entire electrical system, including the service equipment, wiring, outlets, and fixtures, to ensure that it complies with the NEC and other applicable codes. The inspector will verify that the wiring is properly sized and installed, that the overcurrent protection devices are correctly rated, and that the grounding and bonding systems are adequate. Any deficiencies or violations must be corrected before the home can be occupied. Ensuring electrical safety in mobile and manufactured homes requires careful attention to detail and strict adherence to the NEC. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for identifying and addressing potential electrical hazards. By following these guidelines, homeowners can protect themselves and their families from the risks of electrical shock and fire. The National Electrical Code serves as a cornerstone for electrical safety across various dwelling types, including mobile and manufactured homes. Section 230.71 acts as a crucial guideline, specifically addressing the number of service disconnecting means allowed. This regulation directly impacts the safety and usability of electrical systems within these homes. The application of 230.71 to mobile and manufactured homes is paramount because it ensures a clear and manageable method for disconnecting electrical power in emergency situations or during maintenance. By limiting the number of service disconnects to a maximum of 6, the code simplifies the process of de-energizing the entire electrical system, thereby reducing potential hazards. This is especially important in mobile and manufactured homes, where space and accessibility may be limited. Understanding the distinction between mobile and manufactured homes is vital for proper code application. Mobile homes, built on a steel chassis for easy transport, often feature limited square footage and are typically found in mobile home parks. In contrast, manufactured homes offer more space and are generally placed on permanent foundations. The NEC recognizes these differences and tailors electrical requirements accordingly. For mobile and manufactured homes, the service equipment enclosure plays a critical role. It houses the main service disconnect and overcurrent protection devices, safeguarding the home's electrical system against overloads and short circuits. Proper grounding and bonding within this enclosure are essential for preventing electrical hazards and ensuring the safety of occupant. The electrical inspection process for these homes is thorough and comprehensive. Qualified electrical inspectors meticulously examine the entire electrical system, verifying compliance with the NEC and other applicable codes. This includes assessing wiring, outlets, fixtures, and the grounding and bonding systems to identify and correct any deficiencies. Regular inspections and maintenance are key to maintaining electrical safety in mobile and manufactured homes. These practices help detect potential hazards early on, preventing electrical shock and fire risks. Homeowners should prioritize these measures to protect themselves and their families. In summary, adhering to NEC guidelines, including 230.71a, is essential for ensuring electrical safety in mobile and manufactured homes. Understanding the differences between these types of homes, along with proper installation, grounding, bonding, and regular inspections, are critical steps in mitigating electrical hazards and promoting a safe living environment. By prioritizing electrical safety, homeowners can enjoy the comfort and security of their homes with peace of mind. Ensuring adherence to the National Electrical Code, especially Section 230.71a, is crucial for the safety and operational efficiency of electrical systems in mobile and manufactured homes. Let's delve deeper into the specific requirements and considerations. The primary intent of 230.71 is to limit the number of service disconnecting means to a maximum of 6 for each service. This regulation is designed to streamline the process of disconnecting power to the entire building or structure, facilitating quick and efficient power shutoff during emergencies or maintenance procedures. For mobile and manufactured homes, this means that the main electrical service can be completely de-energized by operating no more than 6 switches or circuit breakers. The distinction between mobile and manufactured homes is essential for understanding the nuances of electrical installations. Mobile homes, typically built on a steel chassis and designed for easy transport, often have limited square footage and are commonly located in mobile home parks. Manufactured homes, on the other hand, generally offer more living space and are installed on permanent foundations. These differences in construction and usage patterns necessitate specific electrical considerations to ensure safety and compliance. The service equipment for mobile and manufactured homes typically includes an enclosure housing the main service disconnect and overcurrent protection devices. This enclosure is the central point for connecting a home's electrical system to the utility power supply. It is crucial that this equipment is properly grounded and bonded to protect against electrical faults and ensure the safety of occupants. Grounding and bonding are fundamental aspects of electrical safety. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault currents to return to the source, thereby tripping the overcurrent protection device and clearing the fault. Bonding ensures that all metallic parts of the electrical system are at the same electrical potential, reducing the risk of electric shock. Inside the mobile or manufactured home, the electrical system consists of branch circuits that supply power to lighting, appliances, and receptacles. These branch circuits must be properly sized and protected by overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses, to prevent overloads and short circuits. All wiring must conform to the NEC requirements regarding conductor type, size, and installation methods. This includes using the correct type of wire for the application, ensuring that the wire is properly sized to handle the expected load, and following appropriate installation practices to protect the wire from damage. Electrical inspections play a vital role in ensuring the safety and compliance of mobile and manufactured homes. Qualified electrical inspectors thoroughly examine the entire electrical system, including the service equipment, wiring, outlets, and fixtures, to verify that it meets the NEC and other applicable codes. The inspector will check for proper wiring practices, correct overcurrent protection, adequate grounding and bonding, and overall system integrity. Any deficiencies or violations identified during the inspection must be corrected before the home can be occupied. Maintaining electrical safety in mobile and manufactured homes requires ongoing diligence and adherence to established codes and practices. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for identifying and addressing potential electrical hazards before they can lead to serious consequences. Homeowners should be aware of the signs of electrical problems, such as flickering lights, warm outlets, and tripped circuit breakers, and should promptly address any issues that arise. In summary, the application of NEC Section 230.71 to mobile and manufactured homes is crucial for ensuring electrical safety and facilitating quick power shutoff in emergencies. Understanding the differences between these types of homes, proper installation and maintenance of electrical systems, and regular inspections are all essential components of a comprehensive approach to electrical safety. By prioritizing these measures, homeowners can protect themselves and their families from the risks of electrical shock and fire. Let's continue to explore the intricacies of electrical systems in mobile and manufactured homes, focusing on specific code requirements and best practices. The National Electrical Code provides detailed guidelines for every aspect of electrical installations, ensuring safety and reliability. Section 230.71a, which limits the number of service disconnecting means, is just one piece of the puzzle. Consider the grounding and bonding requirements for mobile and manufactured homes. The NEC mandates that the grounding system must be properly installed and maintained to provide a safe path for fault current. This includes the use of grounding electrodes, such as ground rods or ground plates, and the proper bonding of all metallic parts of the electrical system. The grounding electrode conductor, which connects the grounding electrode to the service equipment, must be appropriately sized and protected from damage. Bonding ensures that all metallic parts, such as metal water pipes, gas pipes, and metal frames, are electrically connected to each other and to the grounding system. This prevents voltage differences from developing between these parts, reducing the risk of electric shock. The bonding jumpers used for this purpose must be sized according to the NEC requirements and securely fastened to the metallic parts. Another important consideration is the overcurrent protection for branch circuits. Each branch circuit must be protected by a circuit breaker or fuse that is properly sized to protect the wiring and equipment connected to the circuit. The overcurrent protection device must be rated to interrupt the maximum fault current that could occur on the circuit. The NEC provides tables and guidelines for determining the appropriate size of overcurrent protection devices for various types of circuits and equipment. Wiring methods for mobile and manufactured homes are also subject to specific requirements. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted for use in these homes, such as non-metallic sheathed cable, armored cable, and electrical metallic tubing. The wiring must be properly supported and protected from physical damage. Special attention must be given to the installation of wiring in areas where it may be exposed to moisture or corrosive substances. Receptacles and switches must also be installed according to the NEC requirements. Receptacles must be of the grounding type and must be properly grounded. Ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection is required for receptacles located in certain areas, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. Switches must be rated for the voltage and current of the circuits they control and must be installed in approved enclosures. Lighting fixtures must be installed in accordance with the NEC requirements. The NEC specifies the types of lighting fixtures that are permitted for use in various locations and provides guidelines for their installation and support. Special attention must be given to the installation of lighting fixtures in areas where they may be exposed to moisture or flammable materials. Appliance circuits must be installed according to the NEC requirements. The NEC specifies the types of circuits that are required for various appliances, such as refrigerators, ranges, and washing machines. These circuits must be properly sized and protected by overcurrent protection devices. The appliance must be properly grounded and connected to the circuit using an approved wiring method. Electrical inspections are crucial for ensuring that all of these requirements are met. A qualified electrical inspector will thoroughly examine the entire electrical system to verify that it complies with the NEC and other applicable codes. The inspector will check for proper wiring practices, correct overcurrent protection, adequate grounding and bonding, and overall system integrity. Any deficiencies or violations identified during the inspection must be corrected before the home can be occupied. By adhering to these code requirements and best practices, homeowners can ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical systems in their mobile and manufactured homes. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for identifying and addressing potential electrical hazards before they can lead to serious consequences.